What is happening, YouTube and all you Dolphins faithful out there? In today's video, I'm going to be going over the top running backs in the draft and whether or not the Dolphins should be pursuing them in the upcoming draft. With 6 picks in the top 70, the Dolphins will have numerous chances to draft an elite running back to take this offense to the next level. So at number 1, we're going to start here with DeAndre Swift. I got him very close with my number 2, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but for now, I'm going to keep Swift at number 1 here. DeAndre Swift is a game-breaking elite talent at running back that is just a threat to score whenever he touches the football. Swift is a dynamic talent at the position that can do it all. He's a true 3-down feature back that will have no trouble at all stepping onto an NFL field and making an impact right away. He's got a dense, powerful build at 5'8", 212 pounds, and he plays like it. He's incredibly powerful and explosive at the point of attack, and more times than not, he'll win a collision with a single defender. His contact balance is just outstanding. He has no trouble at all bouncing off the first defender that comes his way. The athleticism at the position is off the charts. The speed on the field was confirmed at the combine when he ran a 4.48 in the 40. He really has all the speed in the world to make it in the NFL. He reminds me a little of Josh Jacobs, just purely based on his violent cutting ability and the ability to make guys miss on a dime. He's got tremendous shake. He's not as big as Josh Jacobs. Jacobs, I think, was like 5'10", 226, something like that. But I feel like he can have a similar career in the pros from the get-go. With the Dolphins, he'd be a perfect feature back in the backfield, and he'd pair perfectly with Jordan Howard as a great 1-2 punch that can just get it done in every aspect of the offense. Jordan Howard can be the power back to, just run over dudes and, make things happen, get those tough yardage. And DeAndre Swift can be the dynamic guy to just do it all, catch the football. I forgot to mention that. He's got great hands. But yeah, he'll be all over the place, just making things happen for this offense in the dynamic way that he's capable of doing. Coming in at number 2 on my running back list is Clyde Edwards-Helaire out of LSU. I'm so high on Helaire that I easily could have had him as a top running back in the draft. I really feel like his ability on the field is just very comparable to DeAndre Swift, and he may very well have a better career in the NFL when it's all said and done. Just the more I think about it, the more I want to have Edwards-Helaire at 1. But yeah, just for now, I'm going to keep DeAndre Swift there. At 5'7", 207 pounds, Edwards-Helaire is an absolute bowling ball of explosive playmaking talent. He's everything that you want from a modern-day NFL running back. Despite being 5'7", his stature takes absolutely nothing away from his play on the field, and his play is just that of a much larger athlete. He's a super physical runner that just never shies away from contact and just rarely runs out of bounds. With such a small, powerful, compact build, he's a load to bring down in the open field and routinely bounces off tackles and runs over defenders. In the passing game, he's got super soft hands and runs amazing routes. It was just a treat to watch him just faking out linebackers and DBs, whoever else was guarding him. Helaire is just so gifted as a pass catcher. I think that he'd have no trouble at all being a full-time wide receiver in the slot in the NFL. I really think he's got that kind of, awesome cutting ability, and just he can run routes similar to Christian McCaffrey. He's just super gifted and talented as a route runner. He does seem to get run over in the open field consistently, run down due to his 4.6 speed, but given everything else that he can do at an elite level, I'm really not concerned at all about his top end speed. He's a freak between the tackles, outside the tackles, breaking tackles. He can just do whatever you want from running back. And in the passing game, he can dominate. So I'm not really worried about his 4.6 speed. For me, Clyde Edwards-Helaire should be one of the top targets for the Dolphins in the upcoming draft. His blend of physical, explosive play as a runner and his elite ability as a receiver would be a godsend for this offense. The Finns will have a number of chances to target Helaire, but I think the 39th overall pick would be the perfect spot. And I really think that how the things are going, I think Daniel Jeremiah and Bucky Brooks did mention that he's getting some late round 1 buzz, so he might not be there for us with the 7th pick in the 2nd round, but if he does fall, Dolphins have got to take a long, hard look at Edwards-Helaire. I'm just a huge fan of his game, and at 5'7", he's an absolute beast. So number 3 on my list here is Jonathan Taylor, coming out of Wisconsin. Jonathan Taylor is an elite package at running back. He's 5'10", 226 pounds, and he ran a 4.3940. Taylor's going to have no trouble at all racking up yards in the NFL. When you run a 4.3 at that size, that's just really special. He's got a special blend of top-end speed and power. He averaged right around 300 carries a season to go along with 2,000 yards on the ground. His workload for Wisconsin has been somewhat superhuman. It's just a real testament to his toughness and just being able to carry the ball that many times in 3 years is just outstanding. He's a rare blend of size, burst, and power, and Taylor just features a very impressive skill set which applies very well to the field. He runs with tremendous balance to go along with quickness and speed to consistently pick up positive yardage. He really does his best between the tackles. As an every down back, Taylor showcased his receiving skill set in 2019, hauling in 26 catches for 5 touchdowns in the end zone, and he's always been sturdy in pass protection. He does a great job, holding his ground and giving the quarterback time to sling the football to his target. He'll be at his best in the league in a power run scheme, but given his elite physical traits, I think Taylor will have no trouble at all sliding into a number of different schemes in the NFL. I think, given his tremendous physical skill set, I think he'll have no trouble, fitting into like a zone run scheme. Given his 4.3 speed, 4.39, I think he'd have no trouble getting on the outside and picking up yards outside the numbers. Jonathan Taylor, I think he'll be a starter day one in the league, but that immense workload that he went through in college may have an effect on his long-term longevity past his rookie contract. That really is a concern for teams, and I'm sure that some have, slid him slightly down their draft board, but yeah, he's definitely going to go in the second round. I'm sure he's on the Dolphins' radar leading up to the draft, and I really feel like he's a Coach Flores kind of guy. He's a tough, rugged running back that can get it done at a high volume, but also a player with, just rock-solid character and work ethic. He's definitely going to be in play for the team in round 2, and we're going to have 2 opportunities in round 2 to possibly pick up a guy like a Jonathan Taylor. He's super talented, and I can't wait to see if his skill set translates to the NFL. So number 4 on my list here, I've got Cam Akers out of Florida State. At 5'10", 217 pounds, and a 4.47 40-yard dash, Cam Akers fits the mold of an NFL running back. When it comes to physical ability, Akers has everything an NFL team could want in a running back. The thing that sets Akers apart is his elite quickness in tight quarters. His shake and his stop-start ability is as elite as it gets. Time and time again, I saw that on tape, and especially at the combine when they're going through those drills, stepping over the bags, running around the cones and, the big bags and things like that. You could just see he was much more quicker than everyone else. And yeah, his agility is off the charts. But he's also got the power to match. He can definitely, break some tackles. Unfortunately for Akers, those traits were held back mightily behind that horrendous Florida State O-line and just overall poorly designed scheme from Willie Taggart. Cam Akers really projects as a 3-down feature back in the NFL. His explosiveness and his versatility and just his violence as a player are just a tremendous assets. And his vision will just allow him to create explosive runs at the NFL level. And that's something that, if you watch his tape, you can really see. And that's why I've got him at number 4 here. I really think he's got a super elite skill set. And he's also got the talent to, make things happen when there's nothing there in front of him. While he's got an extremely high ceiling, some patience may be required as he evolves into a better talent in the NFL. In addition, Akers has to develop in his passing down skill set. He can catch the ball quite well, but I think he can definitely improve on his pass blocking and just his ability to get open in the zone defense. Akers just really has no physical limitations, and he profiles as a productive starter in time in the NFL, and I really think he's got the chance to make that happen when he makes it to the league. 70th overall would be perfect for the Dolphins, and just having a talent like Akers would be perfect for this running back room. He'd be another great compliment to Jordan Howard. So you might be wondering, where's J.K. Dobbins? I've got him at number 5. Coming at number 5 is J.K. Dobbins, and now I know Dobbins has had incredible production at Ohio State, and he's routinely dominated college football highlights with his electric runs, taking the pill to the house. But I'm just not a fan of his creativity at the position. I just really feel like he's all speed, and if his speed doesn't work, he really just goes down on first contact. Unlike the first 4 runners on this list, Dobbins just rarely runs over defenders or makes them miss in tight quarters. He does it here and there, but he just really hasn't got that power of a Edwards-Helaire or a Taylor or a Swift. Those guys just routinely run over dudes, and Dobbins, I just really didn't see that much from him on tape. Like I said, when he can't beat a defender with pure speed off the edge or through the tackles, his options are limited. Quite frankly, I just don't see the hype. I mean, his speed is amazing. Don't get me wrong. He probably is the fastest running back in this draft. He's probably got like 4.38 speed, something like that. But other than that, I'm just really not seeing much. You guys will have to tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. But J.K. Dobbins, yeah, I've said it like a million times now. I'm just not seeing one of the best running backs in the draft. For a guy that's so highly favored by draft experts and fans, I really just didn't see one of the best running backs in the draft when watching his tape. I saw a guy with nice explosion, good speed, but just not the power and creativity to make things happen when, the defense collapses on him. Dobbins will work best in his own blocking scheme, where he can get to the outside of the tackle box and unleash that speed outside the numbers. I mean, he might prove me wrong in the NFL, but at this point, I'm just really not seeing the talent that, most evaluators are seeing. So, number 6 on my list here, the last guy on my list who I could easily have higher up, but, he's definitely slid down some boards due to his injuries, and that's Zach Moss out of Utah. Zach Moss, in my opinion, is just one of the most natural runners in this draft. He's just a real joy to watch on tape. He can do it all. He's 5'9", 223 pounds, and that's exactly what you're looking for when you imagine a dominant NFL running back. And that dominance and power just really shows up when watching Moss's tape over the last couple of seasons with Utah. Like I said, he's an absolute natural at the position, and he just rarely struggles to pick up positive yardage. He runs incredibly hard, whether it's on the inside or the outside. He's just a load to bring down, and that's exactly what you want from an NFL running back. You want a guy that can create his own yardage and just be an absolute hammer of a running back. In the passing game, Zach Moss does a pretty good job. He's got good hands. He runs good routes, and he knows how to get himself open for easy passes for the quarterback. In my opinion, Zach Moss is a 3rd round running back, but he's probably going to go in the 4th round. Because of his injuries and his 4.65 speed that he ran at the combine, he's probably going to slide. But it's just a real shame because a guy like him, I know, is going to have success in the NFL if he stays healthy, because he's just got that skill set to dominate and be an absolute bell cow of a running back in the league. I would love the Dolphins to target Zach Moss because he'd just be a great addition to the running back room and the offense because, like I said, he's a natural. He can do it all. He's an absolute beast, and he just knows how to pick up yards. Unlike J.K. Dobbins, he bounces off guys just routinely and consistently. And man, he's got a nasty stiff arm. Just every move you can think of from a running back, Zach Moss can pull off. And if the Dolphins were to take him, it would probably be with our lone pick in the 4th round. But if he does slide to the 5th, the Dolphins will have 3 chances to take a crack at Moss. So yeah, he's high on my radar, and I really hope the Dolphins are considering him because he's going to kill it. Trust me when I say this, Zach Moss is going to kill it in the NFL. So that's it for this video, guys. My top 5 running backs, top 5 rankings, and guys the Dolphins definitely should be taking a look at in the first 4 rounds of the draft. And we're going to have a number of opportunities to take any of these guys. If we were to take one in the first round, it'd definitely have to be at 26. Swift or Edwards-Helaire, I'd be fine with taking them in the first round. The second round, we've got 2 picks there, so we can take anyone from Jonathan Taylor to J.K. Dobbins. Those are guys that the Dolphins are definitely going to be taking a look at on day 2. So let's recap here. At number 1, I had DeAndre Swift and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. At number 2, you could easily have those guys as a 1A and a 1B, but yeah, just for the time being, I'm going to keep Swift at 1. Number 3, Jonathan Taylor. At 4, Cam Akers. 5, J.K. Dobbins and Zach Moss at number 6. So let me know as always what you think of the video in the comments section. Let me know if you agree with my rankings. I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to have J.K. Dobbins much more higher up on the running back list, but I don't know. I'm just really not seeing it. I love his speed, but yeah, I'm just really not seeing everything else that I'd want to see from a dominant running back that the Dolphins probably going to be targeting in round 2. Make sure to like and subscribe if you've been enjoying the content. And as always, it's fins up, baby. The draft is less than 2 weeks away, and I'm absolutely frothing at the mouth. Cannot wait.